Shavers. Randy here with Atlas Shaving. And today I'm shaving with my favorite soap, the Rocky Mountain Spearmint, which you saw in the previews. For the watch in this one, I'm going to show you the one my wife got me. It's the Citizens. I think they have a couple different versions of these, but it's the Blue Angel. This thing's really cool. Does a lot of different things. Well, I guess not a ton of different things. Tells time. It's got all the little numbers at the top for doing different calculations. Got the stopwatch. This one is, what did I call it? Perpetual. So once you set it, you don't have to, some of the wind-ups and the automatics every month, you have to adjust the date. So this one, you don't have to. It even accounts for leap year. It does have you press this button, you'll see at the very top the indicator to show you the charge. This one's fully charged. It'll also, actually I did that wrong, I must have pressed it twice. There it goes. Now if you see the little hand moved up top, and it'll tell you down here if at 2 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock, if it actually had updated the time with the radio. Oh, steaming up a little. In the back of it's got a nice Blue Angels. And this is radio, will update with a radio control. And it does it once a day, or once during the night. So it's really cool watch. The band on it's not the greatest, which I knew that. I think I mentioned the wife got me this for Christmas. She actually teased me last year, but this year actually bought it. So it's actually one of my favorite gifts for Christmas. Need to put the blade in my razor, if I can get the package open. I was going to try to get this video out a few days ago, but it's been so busy. I was actually going to try to do it on New Year's, which is my birthday as well. But we just had a lot going on. Hold the head. Load that in. Make sure number 3 is selected if you have the Rockwell. Then put the top. Well, if you like number 3, maybe you don't like number 3. Maybe you have a different setting that works for you. And this is going to be I'm going to like this shave compared to the last one where my face was cut up a little with the cheap razor. Cheapest on Amazon if you didn't see that video. I know someone commented that Lord has I think it's not much more, but a platinum version of that same razor. A guy in the UK bought it. I didn't select Lord for the brand. I just selected the cheapest one at the time on Amazon. And their prices do fluctuate. Getting my soap ready. Got a few more subscribers this week, which is good. It's always, when you get to 100, that's probably the slowest. Because until you get so many videos posted, not as many people get recommended your videos. I think once you get 30 some videos, it's either 30 some or 40 some, I'm up to, I think around 30. Then the subscriber count might jump. Or if you know anyone that's interested in shaving, tell them to subscribe. And I'll take this and fluff it up some more. And probably once I hit 100 subscribers, I may do a 100 subscriber giveaway. I know that's not a ton of subscribers. Because I'll be excited to get more subscribers to be able to do some giveaways and things. Won't be able to do them all the time, but maybe, like every 500 subscribers, after you hit 100, which would take a while. Hope everybody had a good New Year's Day. I did. Then I think I'd mentioned, well, maybe I didn't mention, I bought my son a radio control car for Christmas. And then I bought one for me so we both could play, because I probably like him more than he does. And took him over to, I took mine over to my buddy's house. And we got one full cycle on the battery. I ran it through one battery cycle. Then we charged it and went out again. And of course we switched up, we just made up a track. And of course we were crisscrossing, his car is a lot larger than mine. And we hit head on. It busted the lower control arm, the upper control arm, and also it busted the plastic in 2 places in the wheel. So I had to order some parts. And the reason I went with the brand that I did was because I can order parts if it does break. Because you're gonna break parts on a radio control car. When I was growing up, you called it radio control or remote control, depending. Remote control usually had a wire. Radio control did not. And I started putting in the videos that the links are in the description. I don't think everyone that watches knows that, but I always put links in the description. That way, if you're interested in any of the shave soaps, you can click on them without having to search for them. So me and my wife this past weekend watched, I knew going into it, it didn't get great ratings, but watched Doolittle. Which stars Robert Downey Jr. And I think that movie had great potential to be good. It's just got a lot of holes in the plot, and so it kind of skips around. And then there's shows, I don't know if y'all do like this, but there's shows that me and my wife watch together. And there's other ones we watch separately. Ones that she's not interested in or I'm not interested in. So today, there was another one I've been wanting to see for a while. It's called, I can't remember if it's called Hunt or The Hunt, or no, it's called Hunter. That's what it is. And it's on Amazon Prime. And she was downstairs of started watching, and then she got interested real quick. So I guess that's gonna be another one we'll both watch. I have a few others I think she won't be interested in. So she can't always watch them when I can watch them and vice versa. So I think there's another one called The Patriot that's only 2 seasons, I believe. That I watched a couple episodes a few years ago. And she watched the first one and she didn't care for it. And we're still in season 4 of Heroes. I think we're about halfway through. I think that's a show that had the potential to go on for more seasons, but it seems like they were just, I don't know, really pushing the plot and stuff, where just making just some really out there things. And that's one of those shows I think once you get past the first season, it's just harder to write for. I just put a little bit of water on that. Get a little bit dry. Didn't get a single cut on the first pass. I think this time I'm just going to do 2 downs. I started to a cross, but I don't want to risk it. My wife did buy me a soap for my birthday. One I had almost bought and was still going to buy. But it's a pretty popular soap, so I wasn't in a hurry to review it because it's been reviewed. But it's the C4 Heather, and my wife's name is Heather. Then I don't know if if any of you have Google Photos, and I knew eventually this would happen, but you could upload photos for free with their compressed tier or compression if it was under, I think it was 16 megs. And then this year they come out and said starting next year, you're gonna have to, if you go over your limit, which is, they give you 15 gigs for free. Now you get to keep all the ones you have on there up until then. But if you go over, you have to pay. And that pimple there, didn't even cut the pimple. I'm gonna go down here and get a little closer. So I've decided to actually and I have 140,000 photos. So I can't remember, it's 200 and some gigs of photos. Because I went through and put every photo I had on there because it's easy to search photos and things and you can group them and all that stuff. So I'm actually going to pull them all off there. You go to, it's called Google Takeout. You can go to that link and download all your photos. Now it takes them sometimes several days. I think it takes, for me, because I have so many photos, it takes about 5 days for them to put it together, and it breaks them up in the zip files and you can download them. So it's going to take forever to download them. And I think I had deleted, or I can't find them, so I assume I did, the originals. And so I actually ordered what's called a NAS, Network Attached Storage, a Synology NAS. I've almost pulled the trigger on those so many times. And I'm gonna put all my photos on there, and they got a neat photo app that's very similar to Google Photos, where you can put your photos and it'll group faces and, you know, things like that, locations. So that'll be here Tuesday, starting out with 2 6-terabyte hard drives. And then I'm gonna use Amazon Photos as kind of a backup, and then also back them up to another external hard drive. Love the Spearmint. I think I forgot to mention that at the beginning. One little spot there. And in case you didn't know, I've mentioned it before when I shared with this, but not only is obviously that Spearmint, but the Pacific is also, or the caffeinated Pacific is also Spearmint. Love the Spearmint. Well, that's it for this show. Hope everybody has a great week. Happy shaving, and see you on the next show.